me, Elizabeth Lauren, and welcome to my channel. Today's video is part 2 of my Q&A, and I'm really happy because I got so many good questions and I had to split my video into 2 parts because if I didn't, it would have been a crazy long video. And I really love Q&As because you get to know me a little bit more and know my life. So I really hope y'all enjoyed this video, and let's get into the questions. Okay, so when I was editing part 1, I realized that I left off 2 questions from Ilona, so I'm going to answer that first. And she asked, what was your favorite subject in high school? And I would have to say my favorite subject would be English because I loved reading. I loved to write stories, and I would always come up with really cool stories. I hated writing essays though, not gonna lie. And Ilona's last question is, how do you manage your bangs and keeping them looking so flawless? Thank you so much. Honestly, I cut my own bangs because I'm too lazy to go get my hair trimmed, even though I really want to. But yeah, I cut my bangs, which I don't recommend doing if you don't have any bangs. I would actually go get it cut first and then trim them. Okay, so my next questions are from Snapchat, and the first person to ask is Bernice. And she says, do you miss your family and friends from back home, and when are you coming to visit? Yes, I miss y'all. I miss my friends and family, and I can't wait to see y'all. As far as when I'm visiting, I'm not sure yet. Actually, I kind of have an idea, but I don't want to say because I kind of want to keep it a surprise. My next question is from my friend Vicky, and she says, what are the top 3 things you miss most about home? Texas home, and not up there, lol, forget that place. My top 3 things I miss back home would obviously be my friends and family, the really good food there because I got Whataburger and Raising Cane's and like just really good barbecue and just good food. The third thing would probably be the fact that there's so much to do in Texas. Like there's never, especially in the area that I live in, there's never a moment where I'm bored because there's always something to do. Okay, my next questions are from Diana Olivia, and her first question is, how did you and Jeffrey meet? I don't remember if you made or put it in a video already. I talked about this in part 1, but I will tell you again. We met in high school. I was a junior, he was a sophomore, and I saw him in the hallway, and I was actually holding my boyfriend at the time's hand. I know it sounds bad, but I'm not a cheater, I promise. So I was holding his hand and I saw Jeffrey, and Jeffrey was like staring at me, and I was like, oh, he's cute, but you know, I'm dating someone. So yeah, and then a couple weeks later it was prom, and unfortunately I got broken up with before prom. But you know, all things work out because a couple months later me and Jeffrey started talking on Facebook, and yeah, we've been together ever since. Her next question is, what kind of advice would you or your friends give MILSO girlfriends? I'm one, laugh out loud. Like about college, moving away from family. Actually, any advice would be awesome. One thing I will say is never give up on your dreams, whether that be college or a certain career. Do not give up on your dreams. Because yes, you're going to be moving away from home and family and friends, but that doesn't mean you should stop giving up on your dreams. So if you get stationed somewhere and there's a college nearby, like there's University of North Dakota next to us, then start going to college. They have tuition through my CAA that you can take online classes, and they give you books and laptops to study, and there's college on base, so you could take classes on base. Well, at least at this base there is. And there's a lot of opportunities out there, so go for it. But do not give up on your dreams, and do not get discouraged if you're moving around a lot. I recommend online classes, at least for basics, if you're moving around. And as far as family, I know it's hard moving away from family because I am really homesick sometimes. I don't like being away from home, but at the same time, I've really grown as a person, and I'm really kind of glad that I moved away so that I could start, you know, growing up. And also my parents try to keep in contact with me. My dad calls me like all the time. And, you know, just because you're far away from family doesn't mean you can't still be close. And Diana's last question is, does he plan to continue the Air Force? Also, may you talk about some of the benefits the military/Air Force offers for spouses? Honestly, I don't know if Jeffrey's going to stay in the military or not. I mean, he's talked about making it a career, but some days he's kind of over it, so I don't really know yet. I don't know what our plan is, but he still has a couple years left. And I really want to make a video all about benefits and TRICARE and all of that. I know I've been saying in my last military videos that I want to do that, but it's so confusing. Like, there's so much I still don't know about TRICARE because they don't really give you a lot of information. You kind of have to ask other spouses or, you know, call the helpline and see if, you know, they can answer your questions, because they don't really give you a lot to go off of, and it's really annoying when you don't know what the protocol is and like who you're supposed to call to make appointments, and you know, if your dental insurance covers certain things. But yeah, I'm going to make a video, I promise. I just really want to learn as much as I can about it, because I don't ever want to put out a video where I'm not giving y'all the correct information. Okay, and now for questions on Instagram, and the first person to ask is Eliza Swanger, or Swagner. Pretty sure it's Swanger. Sorry if I say your name wrong. And she asked me, "Hey girl, I have a question for you. Do you ever not want to get a job because it would take away from time you could spend with your husband when he's home? I know Jeffrey worked a weird schedule when he was home, and my husband works 24 hours on and 24 hours off because he's a firefighter, and I sometimes don't want to get a job after I graduate because I'm worried we'd never get to spend time together. He also only gets a weekend every 2 weeks." Honestly, yes, that was one of the reasons I didn't want to work, because during the winter shift, Jeffrey works from 2 to 10, and his off days are Wednesdays and Thursdays. And when he works that late, he sleeps in the next day and then gets up at like, I think he gets up at like 10, I will say. And then, you know, has to be at work by 1-ish. So it gets annoying when his schedule is hectic like that, because you never know, like, are you going to be able to see them? Are you going to get a weekend with them? And I would suggest maybe starting with a part-time job. That's probably what I'm gonna have to do, is get a part-time job, because I really need to start saving, and you know, I'm about to get braces soon, and there's stuff I really want to buy, so I probably am gonna get a part-time job, maybe like 3-4 days a week. So I would start with that maybe, because you know, I understand wanting to spend time with your husband and wanting to be with him. But if you don't have to work, like if you don't really want to work, there's nothing wrong with being a housewife and, you know, staying home, making sure the house is clean and making sure everything is getting paid and the house looks good, and you know, there's nothing wrong with that. I've been a housewife for like a year now, or a little bit over a year, so yeah. My next question is from RickyJ19.RJ, and he asks, "What are your favorite things, maybe 3 or 4, about living at Grand Forks Air Force Base?" Honestly, there's really not that much to do on this base. I mean, there's bowling, there's the gym, there's a thrift store that I still haven't gone to yet, and there's a couple of stores like the BX, and that's about it, and the gas station. But I mean, it is a really cool base. It's just really small. I wish there was more stuff to do. And, you know, in town there's really not that much to do either. So you have to drive like for hours if you want to do something fun. So it's kind of annoying. One thing I do like is that my friends live close by, like literally right down the road. I also really love the snow sometimes. I mean, it gets old after a while, but I do love the snow. I think it's beautiful. I also love the trees in the fall because they're so pretty. Back home, the trees are literally green or they're brown. So here, seeing orange and red and yellow leaves is just beautiful. His next question is, have you visited the Mall of America yet? No, I haven't, but I'm planning a trip this summer and I'm really excited. Hopefully we get to. And his last question is, how is base housing? That is, do you like your house you guys have? Is it close to the BX Commissary Gym? The BX Commissary and Gym is like a 5-minute drive just because of the speed limit, or else it'd be probably closer. And I like that. I like that there's, you know, stores close by if I need to run and go get eggs or milk or something. So I think that's cool. And I really do like the house I have. I was not expecting a 2-story house. I like how big my kitchen is. That's like my favorite room in the house, is my kitchen. And I really want to do a house tour soon. It's just I don't have cute furniture yet, but when I do, I really want to make a video because I love my house. So yeah. Okay, and now I have some questions from Sam B. And her first question is, why did you begin doing makeup? I began doing makeup because I love it. It's literally not just a hobby for me, it's like an art form. I think makeup is beautiful and it's a really creative way to express yourself. And I just like coming up with different looks and seeing people create art on their face. I just think it's so cool. What do you miss most about Texas? I miss my family and friends, but I also really miss the food because in Texas they have donut shops everywhere, and I don't know what the deal is. At least in Grand Forks there's like no donut shops, and I haven't had a pig in a blanket in forever, and I'm really mad about that. Texas has good food, like I'm telling you, it's amazing. So I can't wait to go back home and just, you know, pig out. What do you miss most about high school? Honestly, I really don't miss high school. Like, I'm so glad I graduated. I guess if anything, I miss not having responsibility because, you know, it was nice not having to worry about a job or worry about paying bills and doing your own laundry because I had my parents doing it for me, you know? But I really never got to truly be myself in high school. I was always really shy and really quiet. I didn't really get to grow into my own person until after high school. And I learned after graduating who was really my friend and who wasn't. So yeah, I wish I would have known a lot of things I know now back then, but I don't really miss high school. Sam's next question is, what's something you're doing now you never saw yourself doing before? I never saw myself married at 21, and I never saw myself living in North Dakota because I thought I would be somewhere working in Dallas at college or going to New York City because that was my dream back then. I wanted to go to New York, which I still do, and that's gonna happen someday. But yeah. And her last question is, why did you begin YouTube? In 5th grade, I used to make videos like all the time. I would get bored, or I would just sing to like Kesha songs and stuff like that. But it wasn't until Jeffrey left for BMT that I was really inspired to do videos, mostly because I didn't see any military wife videos, or at the time I didn't, and I had all these questions about the military and about what it would be like, so I decided to kind of videotape my journey in a way. And after my first video, I got tons of comments saying how much I helped people, and I was not expecting that, and that's really what inspired me to keep making videos, because I didn't think people would want to listen to me or hear what I have to say, so I think that's awesome. And my last question is from KDOT Alita. I'm sorry if I say your name wrong, I'm really not good with names. But her first question is, do you think about posting videos more frequently? And I do. I really want to make more videos, at least like twice a week. But the camera I have right now has a memory card that messes up, and my videos get blurry sometimes because this camera doesn't really focus. I kind of have to make sure I'm in frame. And sometimes I've done makeup videos and I look and it's completely blurry and I already have my face done, and I get so mad because I'm a perfectionist and I like my videos to look as good as possible, or I try to. But yeah, I really want to make more videos. It's just finding the time to film multiple videos and, you know, my camera and stuff like that. But hopefully when I get a better camera, I will be able to put out more videos, because I would love to have at least 2 videos a week. And how you met your friends on base. I'm also an Air Force wife stationed in North Dakota, and I don't know how to make friends since I don't have a job or anything. I love your channel, and honestly, it's been what's getting me through being stationed here. Like, we are friends in my head, LMAO, but keep up the good work, girl. Aw, thank you so much, and honestly, like, I'm always down for a new friend, so message me anytime. And thank you for watching my videos. It means a lot to me. A lot of the friends I've made here actually were through Jeffrey. Megan works with Jeffrey and I met her and she's really cool. And I've met some of Jeffrey's friends' wives and they're really sweet. And I met Melanie through YouTube. She saw one of my videos and said she was moving here and we became friends. But another really great way to make friends is through the Facebook spouse page, because all you have to do is be like, hey, I'm new to the base, or I'm about to move here. Does anyone want to hang out when I get here? And I'm telling you, so many people will reach out and reply to you and be like, hey, let's hang out, let's go here. So just give it some time. I know it's really hard when you don't know that many people, especially when you first move to base, because that's how I was, and I was way too scared to post on the spouse page. I still kind of am, because low-key some people can be really like catty on there, not gonna lie. But just reach out, just put yourself out there, because that's what I had to do, and I've ended up making really amazing friends that are there for me when I need someone to talk to, and they know what I'm going through. Alright loves, thank you so much for all of your amazing questions and for taking the time to just ask me stuff and get to know me a little more. It really means a lot to me. If you like this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe. It would seriously make my day. Thank you again for watching, and I will see y'all in my next video. Bye loves!